Okay, I have traveled to the far north just to see some northern lights. This is something that I always want to do, but who knows? We'll see if that happens or not. All right, lesson 94 and some jokes for you here at the beginning, answers at the end. What gets wetter the more it dries? What gets wetter the more it dries? Why aren't koalas actual bears? Why aren't koalas actual bears? Never criticize someone until you have walked a mile in their shoes. Never criticize someone until you have walked a mile in their shoes. All right, time to get out of this cold and back to the wonderful land of Pennsylvania. Okay. So today we are talking about graphing pairs of inequalities, which if you remember what inequalities are, they're an equation that is, it's not equal. So it's unequal or not equal. And the way you do that is you have that greater than or less than sign, and then you go on a number line, you go x is less than -2, so you put a dot on -2, and then well, wait, actually, if it's less than, it'd be a hollow circle. So today, the example they give you is in when you're talking about it. So if somebody's like, so what's the range of players' height in the NBA? And according to the math book here, they're saying that the range is anywhere from 65 inches, which is 5'6", 5'5", to 7'6", which would be 90 inches. And so the way you can represent it is if this was all inches, and if you ask somebody what's the height of an NBA player, they would come back and their answer could be visualized like this. The height is anywhere in here. It could be anything. We don't know what it is, but it's in there. So that's where two inequalities actually work here, because it's going to be equal to or greater than 65 inches, but it's going to be less than or equal to 90 inches. So there's two inequalities there. And the way you could write that is the height of player X is less than or equal to 90 inches, but it's also greater than or equal to 65 inches. So right there you have two inequalities written and graphed that way. So again, short lesson, and we'll try and fly through it. So example 1 here. Use a number line, graph, and an inequality expression to describe the statement. The length of one side of a triangle is greater than 2 and less than 8. So one side of the triangle is less than 2, and I just goofed up there. It's greater than 2 and less than 8. So the side of a triangle is greater than 2, and it's less than 8. So the way you go from these two statements to this statement is you just flip this thing around. So this could be read 2 is less than s. So 2 is less than s, and s is less than 8, right? So what you would do here is you have 2, so you would find 2, 1, 2, put a hollow circle because it is not equal to, and find 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, put a circle in there. Now what's it saying here? Let me, excellent. So s is greater than 2. So right here's 2, s is greater than that, so the line's going to go that way, on up through, like that. And it's less than 8. So right here's 8, and the line's going to go that way on down through. Now, right here's where they intersected. So you have a hollow circle here and a hollow circle here. And what is the side length if it's greater than 2 but less than 8? But this right here, between the two circles, is all they're wanting. And that's all you're doing. You're just graphing that point there. So the next example 2, graph the solution set of the inequality. The solution set then is, rather than drawing the arrows down and drawing an arrow there and up here, you just draw this part. Forget about the rest and just draw that. So I'm going to try that here. So the statement is -1 is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to, no, it's not less equal to, it's just less than 5. So here's the statement, x is less than 5. Go ahead and find 5, put a hollow circle on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's less than that. So the line's going to be going this way. And -1 is less than or equal to x. So x is going to be somewhere between that's +1. -1. And x is going to be greater than that. So the line's going to go this way. So in other words, this line's coming this way, this line's going that way. So all you do is just color that bad boy in. There you go. I know you can't really see it, but that would be your answer. So make it obvious there. Okay, this isn't rocket science. You just have to follow your directions there. The one thing is, actually, let's look at example 3. There is one difference here, and that's when they don't cross. So if both lines are going that way, what do you do then? And this is what you do. So example 3 is t is less than 40. So when they cross like this, they intersect, obviously, and that becomes like double bold or something. T is less than 40, or looks like a less than sign, and it's also greater than 100. So I'm going to just go by tens this time. So T is greater than 100. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So right here, T is bigger than that. So T is going to go this way. And then it is less than 40. So 10, 20, 30, 40. Right here, and it's less than that. So it's going to go this way. So that means they don't intersect at all. Right here are your 2 circles, and they don't intersect at all. So what that actually is the answer is the union. So the union is they don't intersect at all, but what could it be? And literally what you would do is you would take this and this, the union of those 2 statements, they never intersect. So it's not specifically this, but it's all these numbers, and the other numbers is right in here. It is from here, and it is from here, but it is not there. So that's the difference. When the lines cross each other, they intersect, and it'd be the intersection. But if they don't, it's called the union. It's pretty much your answer. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for today. So nice short lesson, and yeah, just graphing there. So you can use your coordinate plane that I have sent with you. You could just make a bunch of number lines out of that. I don't care how you want to do that. Great. Oh boy, answers. Yes, yes, yes. What gets wetter the more it dries? A towel. Why aren't koalas actual bears? Because they don't meet all the qualifications. And just never criticize someone until you have walked a mile in their shoes. That way, when you criticize them, you'll be a mile away and you'll have their shoes. Don't actually practice that, but just found it a little funny. Okay, see ya.